Live streaming is on.
Alrighty then. Hello everybody. How's everyone doing this fine Thursday evening? Hope everybody's good. Let me just mute myself on the YouTube chat. Hope everybody is doing wonderfully out there in the land of YouTube. Hope everybody can hear me and see me just dandily. So in this little live stream here, we are going to be installing Linux from scratch. This is sort of an impromptu stream, so it's not going to be 100% professional, but hope everybody enjoys it nonetheless. And so now one thing I want to point out for those watching, this is a not kid-friendly channel, so if you're looking for something that is kid-friendly, go somewhere else, because I'm sorry, this is not a kid-friendly place. So if you're looking for that, this ain't the room for you. So sorry. That's just a COPA thing I have to put out on every video. So yeah, sorry. Anyway, the Jitsi link is down below. So anyway, what we're doing is we're going to do an entire Linux from scratch, start to finish, with Xorg, browser, the whole thing. So yeah, we're going to go full through the entire thing. I'm going to walk you guys through it, the whole shebang. So yeah, we're going to do that. And also, I am the maintainer of Hackman Linux. So if you guys don't know what that is an Arch remix that myself, Silent Robot, and Matthew Moore did create. Matthew has not been around lately. Mr. Gizmo 757, check out his channel if he plans to keep it. I don't know, but hopefully he will. And we do have 2 people watching. Glad someone can make it in. And folks, don't be a stranger. Come on in, check it out. So yeah, and I do want to point out that Linux from scratch is not for beginners. So if you're a beginner out there, you can come on in and watch, but this is going to be a lot of code compiling that we're going to be watching here. So yeah, this may get a little bit difficult to watch. So if you have, like your favorite beverage or your favorite, whatever you want to drink or eat, get that, because you're going to need it, because we are going to be doing a lot of code compiling tonight. So if I happen to, go off and do gaming or something else like that during the stream, that's why, because this could get a little boring and that sort of thing. So yeah, if I happen to jump off and do something outside the coding, then that's why. And I guess I should put the links to the book that I'm going to be following in the description as I go along. So let me do that. Let me just find those links here, everybody. Oh, and that was not what I meant to do. Failing live, folks. Apologies for that. And yes, this will be using the latest kernel, in case you were wondering. Bear with me, folks. I gotta take a phone call. Sorry about that. Okay, folks, I am back. I had to take a phone call that was a little bit elongated. I am sorry about that. So, anyway, what we're looking at here is my terminal. So the first thing we need to do is I closed the book by sheer accident. We need to first create a partition. So the way we are going to do this is the first thing I did was export mnt LFS that and make the directory. That essentially sets up, the environment variable for our LFS where we are going to be installing the actual system, which is /mnt/LFS. So we are going to then pull up sgdisk, zap all, dev, NVMe 0 and 1. Now I just want to double stupid freaking trackpad. So I just want to double check which device we're installing to. Yep, that's my NVMe drive. So now, folks, I'm going to warn you, do like I did. Make sure you are not wiping the wrong hard drive, because if you do wipe the wrong hard drive, then you are going to have all kinds of butthurt go on, and I will not be held responsible for any damage you do to the wrong hard drive. So play it safe, follow the video, follow the live stream, whatever you want to call it, and make sure you do not hose the wrong hard drive, because that'll cause all kinds of a hilarity to ensue. So anyway, now we're going to use cfdisk. That's the utility I like to use in the command line to make my partitions. So we're going to do cfdisk, and I almost did. That's a prime example, folks, of me almost making a mistake and wiping the wrong hard drive again. Can't stress that enough. So we're going to do it to NVMe and NVMe 0 and 1, whatever. GPT, because this is a UEFI compatible computer, so doing it that way. New. And if you guys do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them, and I will do my best to answer your questions. And we are going to use a custom kernel here, guys. This is Linux from scratch, okay? This is from bare bones, absolute nothing. So, yeah, we're going to have a package manager later. We're not going to have it out of the gate. That is going to be happening at some point in this series, but that's only after we build a temp system and that sort of thing. Oh, and that reminds me. LFS Pac-Man. VD. I need to get my notes up for that from GitHub. And I was going to do cross Linux from scratch for this multilib, but that didn't essentially work last time. So yeah, we're not going to be doing that. I've done testing on this, people. So I'm going to give this, let's see, 300 megs for the boot. We get an EFI system partition. The rest will go to root. I'm not going to have a swap on this. I am going to do a swap file. But I already did a swap file that is on my Arch system. This is Hackman, which is based on Arch. So yeah, we are not. Speaking of Hackman, I got to copy this out. /desktop. Sorry about that. So yeah, we're not going to have a swap partition or a swap file on this. Actually, yeah, we'll have a swap file. Why the heck not? Actually, no, I'm not. Because it's on an NVMe drive, we are not going to do that. Yes. Yeah. And of course, the terminal has to freeze on me. Sorry about that, guys. Oh my gosh. So let's see if disk. Yep, our partitions were written. We're good. Just had to double check. Okay. So exit out. I'll just clear that. Run my clean. Wow. Still nobody watching. Yeah, whatever. So. All right. So we're going to mount dev. Getting ahead of myself. I got to make the file systems. Whoopsie. LFS, dev, 0, and 1. And we're going to do that to P2. Oops. Forgot to go in as root there. kfs.ext4-l LFS. Then we're going to make a label of LFS. We're going to use the ext4 file system to dev me0n1. Remember, this is P2. Don't do just n1 or you're going to wipe out your entire freaking partition table that we just did. Oh, God. Who the hell's calling? Excuse my language, folks. Sorry about that.
Call from NRCC.
Excuse the phone, people. I have a house phone. Yes, it's annoying. Not much I can do about it, though. So you'll just have to ignore it. I'm sorry. Yeah, shut up. All right, so that's done. So now we can mount dev me0 and 1 P2 to LFS. Then I'm gonna go mkfs.bfat-f2 /dev me0 and 1 partition 1. So that makes our FAT32 EFI system. So then we mount, first we're going to make dir emint, or it's going to be $LFS boot EFI. Oops, got to do boot first. And then we got to do /boot. Oopsie. Don't want to do it like that. /EFI. But then I got to change this to this. All right. Now I need to go to my Google Drive for just a second to get the kernel config that I want. So, wrong folder, people. Just had to go there for just a second. I just have to type in. That is not the file that I want. Just give me a sec here, guys. All right, so download this .config file. This is my kernel from Gentoo. I'm going to use that, but you guys can make your own kernel if you want. It's entirely up to you. And we're going to go with book again. So we'll go on to our next page. So we're going to go to the introduction page. I'm going to just copy paste this book. You know, it's probably the easiest thing to do. And in my experience, it works 99% of the time. So I did not mean to do that. I meant to right click. Whatever. Then we get list. Then we get this file. I can actually type tonight. list. And we'll just wget this file. So cp/home, then hackman, my username, downloads, wget list, downloads config to LFS sources, and then we're going to wget that. And now that's going to download everything that we need to our sources folder. So let's just see what's in this. Download the, yeah, it downloads the Linux firmware. Okay, good. So yeah, everything we should need is in here. So we're going to go needed patches. No, we don't need to mess with that. Okay, so creating the LFS tools folder. That's where we go next. And while we're waiting, folks, I think I will fire up, or download for that matter, a little bit of some games. Why not? So, Pac-Man. Why not a little bit of World of Warcraft? And throw in some. How about a little Roller Coaster Tycoon? Why not? Just doing some crap to pass the time here, people. Because like I said, this is going to get very slow tonight. Back to Google Drive. Now we just wait. And we can throw in some Star Wars Galaxies. Why the heck not? Now I just want, what I'm looking for, guys, is a workbench park. Because I don't want to, that's what I prefer to do things. All right, so all our stuff has been downloaded. We're good to go there. Now, I don't personally like to get the MD5 sums of stuff in there. That's just me. I don't like to get the MD5 sums because it's not really something that I care to do. Those we can come back to later. Oh, wait a dang minute. Right, start. Yeah. All right. Let me just get my dog.com email. Bear with me, guys. Yeah. I'm not sure. There's no LFS too. Oh. Looks like I've got. Hmm. I could restore that, but I know that I want to. Do that later. All right. Enough babbling on. Let's keep moving. Just a sec here, guys. Of course, it crashes. If anyone is out there watching, we've just gotten the source tar balls. Now we need to move on. First thing I want to do is get nano. So, because I don't like using Vim. I know a lot of people do, but that ain't me. So I'm gonna get nano. If I can actually right click. Okay. So we're gonna paste that in. All right, I can mess with those games later. I don't need to do that right now. I am doing a video and I don't need to be doing that. So anyway, we are going to make dir LFS tools. We're gonna link. Don't do that, Ben. Link the LFS tools folder to root. We're gonna click the next button. We're gonna add a user called LFS. This is just a temp user. It's not going to be really made to do anything. It's just there as a placeholder, really. And we're going to give that user a password. Just make it anything you want. Doesn't have to be anything too terribly complicated because, like I said, this is just a temporary user. We're not going to use this for anything except building the building the temporary system in order to build our actual LFS from. So this doesn't really have any importance. Give me a second, guys. If I don't type in this, this login creds, it's going to be the life of me. So, go. Sorry, folks. I just need to get this done. This won't take long at all. Okay, there we go. Didn't take long at all. Now we can continue. Sorry about that. So we will go back to the book. And we're changing ownership of the root from root to LFS of the sources and tools folder. So now we can switch user to LFS. This command. And I want to... Oops, don't do that yet, Bitsy. You want to... Okay, so now we're going to create our temp bash profile. We're going to create our .bash rc. These basically tell the, when you log into the LFS user where you are and, what kind of LFS what kind of system you have, that sort of thing. And folks, I'm going to recommend that if you do this, as I'm going to do, you tar up your LFS, you bzip it up, do something to back it up, because then you're going to be a lot more safe than sorry later down the road. And I'm going to do that with the tools folder, with the whole system, everything. So just my 2 cents. So that reminds me. So I'm going to come down here and find a command that I use. Yeah, so we're going to do that once this is done. Because it'll be very dumb if I forget to do that. But, oh well. So we're going to close this as well. Okay, so we're going to cd to LFS sources. And, great, my power adapter came unplugged. I don't want it to do that while I'm live streaming. Okay. Yeah, so one thing I forgot to get was my wireless driver. So I need to git clone this, obviously. Let's git clone. And I should probably get DKMS. KMS Linux. Yeah, I'm probably going to need this in the long run. We're going to get this. And don't worry, folks. If any of you need these, I will put it in the description below, just to help you guys out. And we will, yeah. Broadcom link. Let's get clone. Okay, that's all I need for my particular system. And all relevant links that I use, like I said, folks, will be in the description. So, all right, moving on. So, we're gonna make dir, tarxf bin utils. cd bin utils ls. All right, so we're gonna make dir -v build. Then we change directory into build. And we're going to copy this command. So as this says, going to install this program in the tools folder with all these different variables. So we are going to copy and paste that in and do a make. And now we wait. So then we create the symlink to ensure the sanity of the tool chain with this folder. So one thing we should probably do though is go to Linux questions, how to multilib. So, whoa. But yeah, we're not going to do that. So we'll just run make. Because I don't want to throw myself off and get confused. So we will move on. Just looking over this thing. Okay. Okay, looks like I have to do it again. But that's okay. As people have said before, people, and I will say this again, if you make mistakes, don't be afraid. It's learning. It always is. Okay, there. Build cd into build. And I have to go back to the book, copy it again. And then make. And then I have to go back over here, wait for this. So yeah, folks, you interrupt this at all. And folks, if we interrupt this at all, we have to start everything back the way it was again. Not saying that to be crude, just letting you guys know. So, not advisable to do that. So, browse files. And then I click my home folder. Ooh, that was fast. Dang. CT2 scenarios. Scenarios, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's done. And then, sorry, I get thrown off easily, guys. Not intentional. Let's get origin now, just to have something to look at while this code compiles. And then I want to okay, dir-p tools lib 32. Just to have it. And I'm just going to try one quick thing. Just because I am curious, you guys. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but I'm going to do it anyway. This is how they're saying to do it, so what the heck? /tools. All right. So moving on, we're going to do make install. Pardon me, folks. My parents are home. I got to mute while they walk in the door.